everyone, and welcome to the most monstrous day of the week, Monday. My name is Nin,
And I'm Frenzy.
and we are two idiots talking about monsters because we can and we like them, and we talk about role playing games and monsters. You know, it's fixed
Because we
together.
can,
Yeah,
and we
and
like them.
we like them, and we're not certified and not
Yeah.
professional.
We're not verified on Twitter. We're not we're capable of doing it because we're capable of thought and talking, but we're not in any way qualified to anything. So everything we say, take it with a grain of salt. If it's funny, please laugh. If not, that's okay.
Please laugh.
Please have
Please, we're
fun.
trying. Please, we just want to have fun and
please,
like
please,
share our enjoyment with the world.
please enjoy our shit.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Francie, what's our topic today?
Our topic for today is merpeople or merfolk. The most common would be the mermaid, but there's of course merpeople and mermen. Merman. It sounds bad. Merman.
It's
Now I'm concerned about my words again. See, you called me out one time and it's stuck.
but
But
that
yeah.
one time I didn't call you out because of your accent, but because you said the wrong thing.
No, I'm pretty sure I said it right. I mean, I
Go
listened
back
to
to
the
the
recording.
episode.
I
No, it's
didn't. I said
you
it
said
great.
the wrong
Shh.
thing.
Shut up. Mermaids.
Murmur,
Murmur.
murmur.
Murmur. Okay.
Okay, so mer people,
Yes.
if they're not mermaids or mermen,
They're mer
uh,
people or
they're just mer
merfolk.
people, merfolk.
Yeah.
I know in D&D fifth edition it's merfolk. Um,
Oh, yeah. Say good. Yeah. So we're not were folk. That's werewolves. That's later. Merfolk. Jesus. Merfolk or mer people are basically water creatures with the upper body of a human, so like torso, arms, head, and the lower body, so the tail of a fish. That's like the basis on how they look like, or what they look like. They appear in folklore and legends of many cultures worldwide. So again, it's a thing basically every culture with some water there has at any point. So it doesn't have to be the sea or ocean. It can also be just a lake or like a river or something where more people live, according to the myths and folk tales and whatever. So they do live under the sea, yeah, or underwater, of course. They're aquatic creatures, and basically they are most associated with like bad things, so like floods, storms, shipwrecks, drownings, all that stuff, all
all
that
that
fun
fun
stuff,
stuff.
all that fun stuff. Yes. Um,
Enjoyment for the whole family.
yeah, if they're on a boat. But also they can be friendly and helpful, and have also been seen as like patrons and actually benevolent creatures. They've been known to fall in love with humans, almost always to their detriment. If you look like at the story of the Little Mermaid, but also they are known, if they like you, or if you do something good for them, or if they fall in love with you, they do give you gifts or help you out something. So they can be good and bad again. So like a multifaceted creature. Um, the sightings, the real life sightings of mermaids were probably just people seeing like manatees or seals, weird, or like other water mammals, and they were like, "Oh, this must be a mermaid." But yeah, it's probably just somebody saw like the tail of a fish, of a large sea creature, and yeah, they just, I don't know, crossed their eyes at the wrong second and was like, "Ooh, that was
They
definitely a sexy lady on top of that."
they
Hmm.
really wanted to fuck, and they did
Yeah,
not have any other way of making things up. So they just were
yeah,
like, imagine a lady, but with a fishtail.
yeah. So they can be in water because apparently, women on boats were a bad sign or like a bad omen or shit, some shit. Sexism, you know?
Yeah, basic thing.
Yeah. Most of the powers of a mermaid, because they do have powers other than breathing underwater, are derived from the ancient Greek sirens, which a lot of people were like, okay, sirens and mermaids kind of the same thing. But actually, when sirens when sirens first came out, no, when sirens first entered mythology, so to say, they were half bird, half woman. So not half fish, but half bird, like body of a bird, head or upper body of a lady. They had uh, they kind of developed into like the fish version later. I'm not too sure how or why. Probably some just religions mixing and developing.
It
But
could also just be translation being.
translation error could also be. But a lot of the stuff came with art, less with words. But it could be either or. Probably some translation, some mythos, religion mixing. That's my guess, and I didn't find too much on that. Um, but yeah, so their powers were basically because they're birds. Birds sing, and basically the powers of the sirens were like they had this beautiful song, and they kind of like enchanted and seduced humans with their beautiful song and their singing, and kind of led them to their doom or to be eaten. And that kind of came translated into the mermaids. So they too like lie on a cliffside and sing, and basically sing the sailors to doom as they crash like into earth, into a cliff, or like a huge rock or something. Iceberg probably not, but that's another ending to Titanic I would have liked to see. Just Titanic with mermaids. Why not? I want to see
Why
that.
not? But also, I think the siren thing might be also multiple different cultures mixing because
Also, yeah,
not like I know a lot of cultures have the type of mermaid or merpeople or any kind of water creature that sings you to water and then drowns you.
definitely there are multiple versions all across with like different flavors again, though I don't like talking about flavors when it comes to basically half human half fish people. That sounds a bit bad, but
You're not fan of sushi?
I am a fan of sushi. I don't like a human in my sushi usually,
Hmm.
you know.
Usually.
I mean, now if it's a holiday, but yeah, no, like usually there are a lot of different flavors again because we are now stuck with that. um
We're just
Flavors of
calling
mermaid,
monsters
monster
like different
flavors.
monster flavors.
Yeah,
Are we talking about
but
like
I
mermaids, as in like you mentioned the half human, half fish people, or are we also going to delve into the other variations of water creatures that sing you to death to water recrave?
I've currently based my research mainly on the half fish, half human part
Okay,
because the others are like very much different variations. Like some are like water spirits, which I personally would count as something different,
like
technically.
naiads and other stuff.
Rusalka in Russian,
Kelpie,
Kelpie or
Naki.
Selkie, for example. Like I think those deserve their own kind of thing. This is
Yeah,
just basically for like how did top human add fishtail, how did that develop? What how was that? Why? And what do they depict basically? Because it's the most well-known version of the mermaid, at least in Western civilization, pretty much. There have been in folklore all around different legends and stories about mermaids. One of the earliest was like an ancient Syrian goddess named, I'm gonna fuck this name up, Atar Art wait.
oh no.
Atargatis, or Atargatis, I don't know. Probably not gay. Atargatis. If I pronounced it wrong,
You
I'm very
probably
sorry.
did. You
I
probably did.
I
I
pronounced it wrong. I'm very sorry. But yeah, this goddess basically fell in love with a mortal, and by accident, unintentionally, kind of killed him. And out of shame and regret, and as punishment for herself, she jumped into a lake and turned into a fish. But because she's a goddess, the water itself decided it didn't want to hide her divine and ethereal beauty. So instead, she turned into a mermaid. So just, you know, she can have the tail if she wants to be a fish, but like, still want to see that, pretty face and upper body. Like, water still digs that, apparently. Um, she kind of got she got as like again cultures influence each other, and mythology travels around and gets picked up. In ancient Greece, that goddess was named, or was known as Derketo. Derketo, again, pronunciation bad. My favorite version of a mermaid, as I did research because it was just amazing, is one of the many Japanese versions of a mermaid, which is basically just a fish with a human head. And I'm like, yes,
love that.
yes,
I love that. That's also like I have seen a lot of art of like reverse mermaid, which is basically just fish with legs. And I
yeah.
love that. I
It's
am like
perfect.
unironically, I love that. That's like one of my favorite things.
Oh, it's so good. It's just because I was looking through like different versions, and I just saw that one and was like, yes, yes, this is perfect. Also, it just feels so disconnected from what like we know as a mermaid, that it hits differently, and instantly it's just like, yes, this is amazing. If I ever saw this, this would make my day. Like a normal mermaid would be like, oh yeah, sure. But like a fish with a human head,
Just
that
human head.
just human head, nothing else. Just human head, fish body, everything fish, but human head. It's oh, it's
Perfection.
so good.
This is
It
what beauty
yeah.
looks like.
Yes, this is the perfect body. Um, I'm gonna also mispronounce the name. That version of a mermaid is called Ninkyo. Again, probably wrongly pronounced. Very, very much, probably to 99.9% wrong pronounced. But one of the more quotation marks modern legends is from the 17th century. It comes from a novel slash biography slash myth thingy about Alexander the Great, because according to that, the sister of Alexander the Great, Thessalonike, again probably wrongly pronounced, um, she didn't die, but instead became a mermaid living in the Aegean, and she would uh, as like sailors in their boats, ships, whatever, came by, she would just swim towards them and ask, "Is King Alexander still? Is King Alexander alive?" And you had two options. You either say A, he lives and reigns and conquers the world, and you're good, you live. Like it's like choose your own adventure. You have two options. You say the first thing, you good. She leaves you. She takes care. You don't die. Perfect. You're good. You live. Option B, you see anything but that thing. You die because if you don't say that one thing she wants to hear, she will fucking crash your ship because she's so angry. Which power move. And also, I just love the whole like telltale version of like you have two options. You die or you don't. Just remember what you have to say. Remember your fucking lines.
Your lines, remember them or else.
Yeah. Just write it down. If you can't read, you're fucked. But yes, please, please just tell her Your brother's fine. He's cool. Conquers everything. Sure thing. And
Just
you're
the
fine.
awkward realization when you have to lie to save your own ass from a mermaid.
That's. Yeah.
But
I
what
I
are the
would.
odds that you speak the same language as she does? Like
Yeah.
you're just going and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Sorry, I don't speak Greek. I'm sorry. Please.
It's just
Or I
like,
don't know if it's Greek.
can
I don't. Yeah.
anyone have a Google Translator?
Yeah.
Anyone,
That's
please help.
please. That's why you need a person, at least one person who speaks one language of each. But that would just be probably like a cruise ship if you just have one
Hello,
person.
this is your captain talking. Does any of you speak ancient Greece? Please
Yeah,
come to
please
the
help.
fucking front of the boat. We have an emergency. Please come talk to us.
We have a mermaid problem. I repeat, we have a mermaid problem.
Everyone
Ah,
else stay calm. There is totally nothing wrong.
yeah. Oh God. But yeah, there are again so many stories all over. Like one of the very which I found interesting in 1001 Nights. There are multiple, like there are a few stories with merfolk. Those usually don't have fishtails, so they're just humans living underwater. So basically, like Atlantis, but without fishtails.
So basically, just
Aquaman,
humans. Just
basically Aquaman.
so they are just humans who live in an environment where they are really not built for.
Yeah. So they changed the things, but yeah, like it would not make sense to have legs underwater, but they do apparently. But yeah, that's what I found interesting. Again, there are a lot of variants that are like spirits, as I said, Rusalka in Russian folklore. And there are so many from other, like, from China, Korea, Europe, Africa, India, Philippines, all that, like that and more. There's so many different versions that I just can't cover them in this 1 hour format we have. But we will get back to at least some of them definitely, to get a better look at those. I really want to go for like water spirits like Rusalka and all that definitely later.
I absolutely love water spirits. Like,
It's
it's
amazing.
the shit. It's so good.
Yeah.
Especially if they're the creepy kind that will just, I don't know, pull you to the depths and drown you.
Oh yeah, it's not my thing because at some point I almost drowned. But
Oh, me
yeah,
too, multiple times. But,
Jesus.
you know,
Yeah, it
it's
happens.
it happens. I mean, there are people who are absolutely afraid of like ocean and stuff like that for a
Yeah,
good reason. We have no clue what's going on under
the ocean
there.
is scary. Yes, there's so much undiscovered in the ocean. It's wild. I had a lot of friends who were like, I can't swim in the ocean. It's just too scary for me. It's just like I'm afraid to get lost, even if I just stay in like shallow water. I have this anxiety that I just gonna get lost, or even if like a fish gently like swims next to my leg, they are going to scream, run out of the water, and just stay on the beach forever. I had those friends. Like, I'm totally fine with that. I don't. I'm the one that usually doesn't like. The thing that creeps me out most in water is like algae and like seaweed. That's really. Ugh. But the rest is just like, oh, there's a fish. Cool, it's a fish. If it was a shark, I would be scared, but sharks are very rarely in water I swim in, so I'm good.
Yeah, I am kind of like the complete like opposite of that. I love swimming. I love diving.
Yeah.
Especially when I was a child, because since I live in Finland, we have like thousands upon thousands of lakes here. One of the sayings is that it's the land of the thousand lakes. because we
Mhm.
have so many lakes here. And everyone here has like a summer cottage near like a lake. And usually during summer times, everyone just goes to lakes and swims. And I would do that, and I would sometimes swim to the middle of the lake and dive all the way down to the bottom of the lake.
Okay. Yeah,
Like it
no.
would be completely like dark and cold,
Jeez.
and I would just go there and grab like, I don't know, rocks or something from the bottom of the thing and then come back up.
So you already experienced the sweet embrace of death, and it
Uh
was at the bottom of a lake.
yeah, it's pretty nice. I
Great.
also used to do a thing where I would like hold my breath and just keep myself underwater, because like the sound is really soothing because it's so quiet and you can just hear a little bit of like maybe something in the distance moving.
Yeah, no. No.
Am I
No.
weird? Am I
No,
weird?
no, you're not. But I'm just there going. I would freak out. I'm not a good swimmer. I'm a horrible diver. I can't get my ass down there. It's just I can't physically do that. It's bad. I'm just horrible at swimming. But so like the concept of it is just so foreign to me that I'm just going, nope. Not gonna,
Just
yeah. It's
one
good for you,
time
definitely, but I'm not never gonna, no.
one time, like when I was a child, my dad was like, "Hey, do you want to like try scuba diving?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, you can breathe underwater? Holy shit. Holy fuck." And apparently, like usually kids and like even adults get super scared when they go underwater because holy shit, breathing while you're like submerged in water. But apparently I'm just natural, and
Mm.
like I was just there like, "Yeah, this is great." uh
Ooh.
we were like diving and snorkeling and scuba diving in Egypt. I love it. I love the ocean. I love lakes. I really love swimming. Just if I could
I
breathe
like,
underwater, I would. I would do it. I just would live underwater. It's
wow.
amazing. Except some of the
Yeah.
parts.
No.
I have watched some horror stories about scuba diving and other stuff. I
Hmm.
know the terrors. Swimming is great. I love swimming.
I,
Creatures in the water, kind of horrifying, but I kind
yeah.
of vibe with it. It's kind of cool. It's like their territory, so I feel like they have the right to be scary in their
Yeah,
own
you're
territory.
the outsider. Yeah, like this is their realm. You get out. I can see that. Like I like the ocean. I like the sound it makes. It's very soothing, and I miss going to the ocean or like to the sea. But and I also like being on a ship. It's amazing. I love sailing. Not like sailing, but like um when I was still in school, we made a 1 week trip to Croatia, and we went on a quotation marks pirate ship, and had like a short trip to like a more secluded beach, and I just loved being on a ship. Like I could definitely see myself doing that again.
You
I
could
just love that.
see
I could see,
yourself
ha
just.
ha, yeah.
Ah,
I walked right into that
is
one.
I
Oh
mean,
god.
yeah. By
Mhm.
the way, what's the thing with like usually when like pirates are mentioned, that's
Mhm.
usually tied to also mermaids. Like when there is like a
Yeah.
pirate story, there's usually mermaids as well.
Yeah, because it's like this, I think it's probably like because pirates have been kind of romanticized a bit, and like most of the like sailor lore sounds more exotic and cool if it's like, "Ooh, but a pirate did it." But yeah, like sailors in general had like these stories about mermaids. I'm gonna talk about that later actually. I have some stuff written down for that. Yeah, but like mermaids are like no, I think I can already talk about that now then. Um
Weren't we talking about like the powers that mermaids have? Like
yeah,
all
they
the
don't have too many. Like
I
it's just being pretty, swimming, breathing underwater, bringing sailors to their doom. for being
Uh,
nice to humans. Like it's not like there are some stories of like okay, you saved me a mermaid, so I'm gonna show you the location of treasure or something. Or being like, okay, like a mermaid child uh like stole like a doll from a human girl, and the mom came back was like, what the fuck, get the bring the doll back, like what the hell, and went back and basically gifted the child, or the parents of the child, a pearl necklace, for example, as like a recompense of being like, I'm sorry my child stole from yours, you have a pearl necklace. Like there's some stories like that. There's also like yeah, the typical uh mermaid sings, and all the sailors are entranced and they just uh, dr-
jump to the water and
jump
drown.
into the water and drown, or just steer their ship right into a cliff. Like,
I have
yeah,
also heard of like a power which is like a mermaid like smooches someone to give them the ability to breathe underwater for a certain amount of time. But
which sounds amazing. I have not found anything on that, but that might just be a variation. Could be, but it sounds good. It feels good. It feels right.
I mean, if I could get a smooch from mermaid, even if it did
If
not
there are
grant me,
mermaids here,
if even if it didn't grant me breathing underwater, I would still go for it. It would be the greatest thing, and I would be so happy till the moment that I realize that I'm drowning, and then I go. That's it.
nope.
But at least I would be happy. So I don't know.
I just love that those are like always to go. I want to be just possessed by a demon, and I just want to drown while being smooched by a mermaid. I mean, sure.
Are
I
we
mean,
okay?
yeah.
Uh,
No,
no, definitely not.
no,
I mean, you have to
definitely.
have something wrong in you to even remotely talk about monsters in a romantic
No.
manner. Maybe a
I
little
mean,
bit.
we're all monster fuckers. I mean, there's a little bit of monster fucker in all of us. You just need to know where to look.
I'm not a monster fucker. I just want to hold their hands.
You're a monster romancer then. A monster romancer, like the necromancer, but monsters. Monster
Everyone
romancer.
needs love and hugs.
Yeah. But yeah, talking about hugs and love and loving a mermaid, there is the most well-known story about a mermaid. There is Hans Christian Andersen's The Little Mermaids from 1837, I think. The mermaid here has certain other qualities. While we were talking about abilities of a mermaid, they're more similar to an undine, which is like a water elemental, kind of similar to a mermaid in general. While they have to obtain a human soul, so they don't, like, mermaids don't have souls apparently, or like a different kind of soul. But they want to have a human soul, which is eternal and can go to heaven. And they can only get that by marrying a human being, which is,
What is this Christianity again? Where did
yeah,
this
it's,
come from? It's like
yeah,
busting through the door like, "Hello, here's
yeah.
Jesus," and every other thing. What the fuck?
Yeah, like, yeah, Christianity did a lot of stuff to mythology back in the day. But yeah, so basically that's basically the goal of the Little Mermaid is not just, oh, she got really into that one dude she saw on the beach, but also she wants to have a human soul because she's envious of humans having eternal souls. So she goes to the sea witch, which I'm pretty sure was not named Ursula in the original book, and makes a deal. And she does not just lose her voice, she gets her tongue cut out so she
As you
can
do.
talk. And uh, but she gets like her tail removed, turns into legs because she's not used to those legs, or also as like part of the curse or like deal. She is in constant pain. Every step she walks is like walking on glass. That's what that girl
I
has to deal with.
remembered it also being like stepping on daggers
Or
like every
daggers.
step. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like something sharp and
Yeah.
horrible.
sharp and bad. And in the end, like she tries to romance the prince uh, without a voice, while also slowly dying because her legs hurt and feet hurt. But he decides to marry someone else, and she will die unless she kills the prince with a magic knife before his marriage.
Yeah, that he's her sisters bring to her, like
Yeah.
if I recall, and then she couldn't do it, and she turns into sea foam.
Yeah, that's the way mermaids die in this version, or maybe in general. They dissolve into sea foam because she just couldn't do it, and yep, she's just gone with the sea and dead. It is very sad and very not like Disney made it, of course. But yeah, there have been mermaids in other types of media, of course. As you said before, with the Pirates and the Mermaids, Pirates of the Caribbean had a movie with mermaids.
Peter
Um,
Pan.
Peter Pan has mermaids. We have some TV series like Charmed, which was mainly about witches, but also had like magical creatures. There were mermaids. We have a teen show I did watch when I was younger, H2O, Just Add Water, where
Oh
three
no,
where
no, no,
three
no.
teenage girls turn into mermaids because they bathe in some magical pond or something.
I have a
Uh,
faint memory of this, and I
yeah,
hated it. I hated it
I
so
I
much.
loved it. I loved it. I don't know why I did because, but yeah, I watched it a lot. Um, and then like in games, there are mermaids. Like of course you have mermaids in D&D, of course.
Or
You
well, merfolk more.
Merfolk, yes. You have like some races that are Merfolk-ish. Like you can play as a Triton,
Oh,
basically.
Triton is great.
They
It's a
are they're
it's a
kind of
good
like
race.
the mermaids or merfolk that are not fish-tailed, like in 1001 Nights,
They're fish with legs.
basically. Then I have not found too many other games where you have mermaids. Can you come up with any on the spot? Like, probably you could in Monster of the Week. I'm pretty sure. I
It's
don't
some
know
type
how
of
good that
flavor
works.
of monster. Probably not like a full-on mermaid or
Yeah, but
merman, but like
like
some type of
fish
fish
person.
person.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, but otherwise, they're not that prevalent in games because mainly because most of games do happen on land, so having like a fishtail basically is kind of difficult.
Um, I am sorry, but I just realized that Subnautica has such a good chance of having like a horrific mermaid in it, but they haven't
Ooh.
done that.
Oh
I
no.
kind of like it, but also at the same time don't, because it's like an alien planet that you are
Oh
at.
god.
Like it's like an alien planet that's complete sea, and you are just
Okay.
there. So it wouldn't make sense for like humanoid beings being there that look like mermaids, but it would be great.
It does
But
sound good, yeah.
otherwise, I can't really think of your proper mermaid people. Other than if you think about like those quotation mark girl games in flash games, dress up games. That's just that crap,
Yeah.
that shit.
Oh
It's
god,
like
yeah, the
oh,
dress up things.
like
Yeah.
the mini games or something like that. It's
Yeah.
oh god.
Just the flash dress up games where you can just add a fishtail or like yeah. There's probably some I think there was like a Barbie movie with mermaids. Mertopia or something probably. There was probably a spin-off game of that because I remember Barbie movies having games and I did play those because they were amazing. They were very bad, but I liked them. But yeah, I was
You you can't see my face, but I'm grimacing really badly.
it's
Like that's disgusting. I don't
bad,
I don't
yeah.
like that type of stuff at all. It's
I think they can be fun, definitely. It's not something I would do all the time, but they're just some of them are just so bad and that's why they're fun. but like I really loved it's a huge tangent. There was a Barbie game where you basically played an ice skater, and it got me very much into ice skating when I was like 11. It was amazing. But yeah, um,
What the fuck?
yeah. And then later, Yuri on Ice came out, and I got that phase again. So perfect. No, but games are fun. Games are fun, but also mermaids. Because we were like, okay, what's it with pirates and ships and sailors and mermaids? Well, mermaids have often been like the figureheads on ships, like these sculptures at the front of a ship. They've always been, or like not always, but a lot of times have been depicted as mermaids just to appease the sea, to basically help good weather and as like a good luck charm to find a safe way back to land. Just I don't know what the thought behind it is. It's just like, okay, maybe we can disguise our ship as a giant mermaid. Just put this mermaid on the front. They will all think it's one of them. They will not attack us. It'll be great. I don't know if that's how they thought it would work,
I
but
I just remember the game that has mermaids in it.
yes.
The Sims 4.
Really?
Yep, there is the island living expansion adds mermaids as like a special
Ooh.
thing. It's really great because you can also be like an evil mermaid and drown other
Yes.
Sims
Oh my
with singing
god.
and stuff like that. That's the
Yes.
reason why I have that.
Of
Just because
course.
I want to be an evil mermaid.
Perfect. I
Well,
would
I
too.
I don't want to be. I just want to make an evil mermaid sim that drowns others. But you can also be a good mermaid. But like basically, it's like you have legs when you walk, but every time you, I don't know, get wet, go in the shower or
Yeah.
anything, you just sprout like a tail, and you can just go
Yeah.
swimming, and you can also just like sleep in the ocean. It's pretty rad.
That's also that's also like a thing some mermaids can do. Just walk on land when they get like dry legs. So like if they um basically go on land, they can have legs, but when they get wet, they get a tail again. That's been like a trope in multiple things. I saw it in some series.
I feel like such a lame ass for knowing that Sims 4 has mermaids, but listen, it's a good game
It's
to make
fun.
new characters.
It's fun to
I
just
I make characters and that's it. That's what I use Sims for for mostly.
no. I'm I use Sims 4. Do I have Sims 4? Probably, or Sims 3 or something. I have some Sims. Where it's just like the typical wish fulfillment of like, oh, I have a stable career, which is dark, but it's fun. And keeps the depression away for a bit. Also, what mermaids have been used for, um, like map makers uh, early in the day, way back when they basically made maps of certain regions and like of the sea. They put where there were like dangerous waters or like difficult terrain in the sea. They put like a sea creature or a mermaid on there, just as like a warning, to, like beware mermaids here, because some people wreck their ship there, which I find fun actually. It's kind of cute.
Kind of cute, except that one horny sailor who's like, "Oh yeah!" It's like, "Let's go there." See?
Yeah, basically. There's always these types of people.
Also, usually like
See the
when
mermaid titties.
yeah, usually I think it might have a lot to do with the fact that there indeed used to be the thing that women on boats was believed to bring bad luck. So a lot of men were just like, titties.
Yeah, basically.
So that's why it's like mermaids are often and not like mermen.
Yeah.
It's
There were probably gay sailors, but they did not make the cut when it came to decide what the mermaids look like probably.
probably, or maybe they were hiding. You know, they were like, yeah,
Yeah.
totally hot. lady
Hot
titties.
teeth. Yes.
Oh,
The boobies. Yes. Yeah.
totally
Of
gets
course.
me hot. So
Mm-hmm.
great.
Just uh-huh. Sure. Yeah. Probably. But yeah,
Ah,
that's
yes,
that's
history full of sexism and
mm,
homophobia.
yeah,
All of
and
those
everything.
horrible things.
History and current politics. But yeah.
Anyway,
Let's not talk about that. But yeah, that's basically the most stuff generally I found on mermaids. If you can think I mean, I like a lot of stuff that's been online of like people going, yeah, well, normal mermaids are too pretty, let's make them horrifying, and they just give them like this maw of like rows and rows of teeth, and it looks amazing.
I love it.
That I
It's
love.
like Chef Kiss. This is what I'm
Yes,
here for. I love this shit.
it's so
Yes, more of
good.
this. Other trend that I like is people making mermaids from like having the fish part, like different species than just like a
Yeah,
fish. Like for example, like a whale. Like
yeah.
giant mermaids are the shit. Holy fuck.
Yeah, like imagine if mermaid, like, because you imagine them to be human sized, but what if they were like ship sized? Because they say, oh yeah, they basically wreck ships and whatever. But if you're just a human, if you don't have like even with super normal strength, that's that's a feat. But like if you have a mermaid, that's just a whole, basically a fucking submarine going, just wrecking that ship from the like under the water. That's terrifying, and that I like.
Giant woman.
I
Woo!
really want that.
Also like shark-bodied mermaids.
Yeah, shark mate.
Shark, or an octopus, like
Yeah,
Ursula type of thing. But
Ursula's not an octopus. Ursula's fake. Ursula only has 6 tentacles.
but the arms are counted as.
Yeah, which I mean I know because of animation they did it, but still technically.
Anyway,
Hmm.
like it's like a different. Technically, it's not like a mermaid, what Ursula and creatures like that are, but I would
Yeah,
probably still
I
group it
would
in the
count
same.
them.
I would count them into the half human, half fish is creature.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh God! If you wait. Listen in.
yes, yes.
If we have giant mermaid, what about tiny mermaid? Because you have tiny fish, just a fucking clownfish, but it's a mermaid, but tiny
A fucking fairy
fairy
sized
fish,
fairy
fairy fish,
fish. Oh,
tiny mermaid.
this just makes me think of with the size differences makes me think of Ponyo
Oh
because
yeah,
it's basically just Ponyo.
yeah.
Just
I mean that does also count as a mermaid, basically.
Ponyo, Ponyo.
Cute.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Oh,
good stuff.
yeah, merfolk of all sizes are amazing and wonderful, and I just love that. Um,
Also, different shaped mer people, like not
yes.
just your sexy
Hmm.
lady mer people, but like maybe slightly chubby, a dude here and there.
Give me a thick daddy merman. Fucking yeah, sure. Because
I
when
am pretty
there's
sure there is art of that.
pretty sure. Now I'm imagining like the dads from Dream Daddy, but as mermaids. I should stop that thought. Um,
That's a great idea,
I
but
just
also I don't
I
think we
need
have
that.
time to go through
No,
all of that and
no, we
unpack
probably
that.
don't. No, but later, some maybe another time. Maybe
No
on Twitter,
promises.
probably. I will do that on Twitter
Do
myself,
it on
probably.
Twitter. It's
Yeah. Oh God.
I
No,
mean,
but
there is a whole thing called Mermaid. We should have saved this episode for like
yeah,
May or something, but
we'll go back. We'll go back in May. We have other versions of mermaids to talk about. We'll make May just Mermaid Month again, as it is already. but we'll just talk about other versions. That's fine. We can still do
It's
that.
fine. It's fine.
It's
It's fine.
fine.
We just keep telling that to ourselves, and it's going
It's
to be
fine. Yeah.
fine.
If we say it enough times, we will manifest it in our reality. That's how that works.
Exactly.
Yes. So basically, mermaids. I do like the creepy mermaids. I do like the pretty mermaids. If we were to make a mermaid in a game, like an NPC, what type of mermaid do we want to do?
Creepy. Murderous creepy.
Okay, murderous creepy. We had the himbo, the cute himbo last time with the scary vampire, the pretty one we're gonna fuck up. Great. So we have creepy, scary mermaid. Spooky, scary skeleton. No. Creepy mermaid. What size? Do we want to go tiny, human sized, or ship sized? Or bigger?
Ship-sized!
Ship sized.
What
Okay.
if Kraken, but she's
Mermaid.
actually a mermaid?
Oh my god. That sounds like a fucking Dark Souls boss. Where it's like have this thing where we put like a tiny female torso on it that's sexy and has her boobs out. But there's hair draped over it, so it's okay.
That makes me think of the type of mermaid, which is like, if you have seen the art pieces, but like, you know how there are deep fish that use like the light lures?
Angler
Yeah, anglerfish
yes.
that instead of the light, it's just like a humanoid, like sex lady, and it's
Oh my
trying to
god,
like get
there's
people closer, and then it just
Nin
fucking eats them. Yeah,
Nin there was a Devil May Cry boss that was exactly that.
I need to play that game.
I think it was 3 or 4. Now what's the newest that came out? 5, right?
I have no idea. I
Let me
am.
Google this. Give me a second.
Ah!
It's a real life Google. May Cry. 5 is the new one, so it was 4. I know that in the game before that it was. So Devil May Cry 4 does have basically an anglerfish type enemy where the light is just a sexy lady, but it's also glowing.
Glowing sexy lady.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it's
Uh,
it's a thing. But yeah, so do we want to go okay, ship sized? I because like mermaids and hair is very difficult for me because underwater that hair is gonna be fucked.
actually, now here's a fun fact.
Okay.
I used to have this really, really long blonde hair
Mhm.
during the times when I used to do a lot of swimming.
Mhm.
And if you have a blonde hair in water, it just kind of looks like seaweed because it gets this greenish tint to
Yeah.
it. So technically, long hair works underwater. It doesn't get like, only time it will get bad is if you come out of the water. But in water, long hair is fine. Uh,
Okay.
but imagine the mermaid's hair, instead of it being like hair follicles and stuff like that, it's actually
Mhm.
just seaweed. It's just pure seaweed.
Just just basically
It's
growing on her.
yeah, seaweed growing from her scalp or from her skin.
Okay. I could see that. I would like my idea for this would be just no hair and just go more like more aquatic amphibian type style.
Ooh,
So
that's good too.
the upper body doesn't even look like human skin of any color, just like scaly and like maybe
Slimy.
s- technically probably don't want to find out. But yeah, so like basically scaly, more amphibian type thing, and just
Yeah,
go without
definitely.
hair.
Yeah,
Like
no hair,
yeah,
just
imagine the fishman from Shape of Water,
oh yeah, yeah, definitely.
but creepier, just like
Oh, 10
horrifying.
times more
Because
horrifying.
he's cute, like he cute. I want to go way out there
Is this
into
a
the
bad
sea.
time to say that I haven't watched that movie yet?
We need to do that at some point.
I have been meaning to
I
watch
have
it,
it on
but
DVD. I will stream it for you. We will watch this. It is
okay.
wonderful. It is beautiful. Yes, please.
I
Um,
okay, we will watch it at some point. I will,
yes.
yes. But creepy. creepy. Lots of sharp
Yeah, so
teeth. You know, like
so it's a
the
sharp teeth.
probably really creepy, like fish eye looking eyes. You know, they look like fish eyes, but they're
Uh-huh.
in a human spot. So you know she or he
Oh God.
is a predator.
Oh no.
And also the eyelid things works like fish eyes. So
Oh
it's
God.
horrible.
Yeah, that's bad. I was imagining like I was very unimaginative with that. I was just going like no iris, full on either black, white, yellow, golden, something.
Nah, that's too pretty.
Yeah,
All
I
out,
know.
all out, like giant fish eyes,
Oh
just
God.
staring
Okay.
forward, without like proper eyelids.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll slightly see-through eyelids if it does have eyelids, so they can see even if they blink.
Hmm.
Uh, so what would the body be? Would would the body be like? Are we going with the kraken thing, or are we going
I like
whale?
Kraken. I like Kraken. Do we have a fixed number of limbs for Kraken?
It's basically a giant octopus
So
or a squid.
8
Is it
at
a squid
least.
or octopus? I think it's a squid actually, giant squid. So it
Do
would be.
squids have less, more? I mean, we can just go more. It's like it's unimaginable amount of tentacles just writhing around. I mean, it's just like 5,000, not 5,000, but like just like 10 tentacles grabbing at some point just from both sides the ship and just sinking it by just pulling it under.
Or we
Or,
make her or him into a giant eel.
oh god, electric eel or no? Because that would be also terrifying.
I mean, eels are terrifying anyway. Have you seen them?
I have seen an eel, yes.
They are horrifying.
They are
Absolutely
slippery.
horrifying. Electric eels, heels, eels,
Electric eels.
eels are pretty horrifying, but it's starting to push a little bit too much into the fantasy. I actually know. I think it's either way. It's like the electric version is like a flavor thing. If you want, make it
Yeah.
into an electrical eel. But otherwise, it's
Yeah,
just
make
this
it.
slimy humanoid creature that is
Yeah.
the size of a giant ship. And it will like
Oh god.
come up from the water and track its body across the ship and like wrap around
Like
it.
a snake. Like a
Yeah.
snake wrap around. Oh god, yes.
And also the mouth is like with the teeth, but you know how eels have kind of like a snout going on? So instead
Okay.
of it just being like a human skull, it's like slightly protruding forward like the mouth part,
Okay.
and it continues all the way to where ears should be, but instead, so it's like this really long face.
Okay, I was gonna go the direct opposite of going like full on no curvature on the face, like no nose, no protruding
Oh,
lips or
yeah,
anything.
no
Just
nose,
flat.
no nose, giant fish eyes looking forward, a little snout, as in like it, like only the like jaw area is pointing forward, like more
Hmm.
than. So it looks kind of like an uncanny humanoid, but it's
Yes.
not. So and that and all teeth, and it's just looking at you. But it also has like arms.
Mm.
It has like the upper torso looks like a humanoid, but it's like so uncanny. It's horrifying.
Wow, yeah.
And it
I like
also
that.
can move by like tracking itself, like using the arms to track itself across the seabed. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like slithering along that.
Amazing. Yes. Yes, I love it. I love it already. Gorgeous. So what do are we going with her? I've been using female pronouns because mermaid is still stuck in my head. But do
I
we gonna go
feel
with
like
any?
a horrifying titan-sized mermaid would be great. Like She per se probably doesn't have boobs, you know? That's a very
Yeah,
mammal thing. But she, like, the figure is round. Like, it's
yeah,
soft and like a feminine figure.
yeah,
And then the face is just a horrible, like,
yeah.
it's
Look
just,
at her from behind. Okay, look at her from the front. Ah,
yeah,
yeah,
basically.
perfect.
Uh, what should we call her?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what do we call her? I mean, what I liked in my research, like especially like in Greek mythology, they have a lot of names that basically translate to certain things. Let me wait. Let me again look where I found this. I did not write this down.
I
Give me a
mean,
second.
if we are running out of names, which we are probably not, literally in my language, the word sea is like a name.
Okay,
So we can just call her sea. Or, well, in Finnish it's Meri. But
Mary.
no, not Mary. Meri.
Close enough.
No, it's not! Shut the fuck up!
Hey, it's just outside of the podcast. You mispronounced that one German name I gave you in the vampire game for the last few fucking sessions. I can mispronounce your shit too. I
Wait,
have
what
right.
word?
Frauke, you still fucking mispronounce that.
Oh, oh.
All of you.
I mean, yeah. So, a name. Um,
I mean, we can't call her Ursula.
or we can just call her she.
Oh, she capital S.
Yeah. Like, oh, beware, you might meet she. She will track you to the sea.
Yeah, because well, can she talk or communicate to humans with humans?
Um, I feel like no. Like, it would be a
Mm,
language that humans don't speak.
okay.
Or if she does, she probably doesn't want to talk to people.
Yeah.
A
No,
murderous
but
eel woman, just like, hello, where are you going?
hello. No, but I was thinking why she got the name she would be because um sailors basically saw her and basically saw okay she looks female and didn't have a name for her, so every time she would drown someone they would just she is there and whatever, and at some point she would have realized that's what they call her, so that's her name. Does
Oh,
that make sense?
yeah,
I don't
that
know,
makes sense. I mean, that, like, maybe she can understand. She just
but can't talk.
can't really talk back, but she can understand, and she is like, oh yeah, I'm she. And all of the mermen, not mermen, the sailors anyway, are referring to her as she, so it would work out.
Yeah, so we have she, the terrifying ship-sized eel mermaid that will sink your ship and kill you. Because
Wonderful. Probably eat people whole.
yeah, she's a hungry mermaid.
Yeah, just make the boat go into water and watch as people sink and just like
Yeah.
crunch them.
I think that was a good monster we made there.
I
I
love
like
her.
her.
I
She is
can't
she is
wait.
great.
I can't wait to, I don't know, make a custom creature for D&D for my players
Ooh,
that it's just she. Imagine all of the
yes.
like rhymes and songs about like, oh,
Oh
she,
God.
like all
Yes.
of the horrible stories of, oh, beware as she arrives,
Yeah, I love it.
all the sea shanties of that. It's just, ah, yes.
Ah, it's so good. Chef's kiss. Yes.
So
Ah, perfect.
we didn't really talk about much like mermaids in games. We tried to think of it. There are like mer people in D&D 5th edition, for example, but they just kind of
Yeah.
are there. There is the a little bit corrupt version of them,
Mm-hmm.
but otherwise, I don't really know what else to talk about them. Do you think
Yeah,
of
it's not there's not much mermaid content because a lot of stuff just is on land, and I don't know, people are not creative enough apparently yet. If there are games out there where you can play a mermaid or you have mermaids regularly as like staple characters, please tell us. I would like to know. I would love to consume more mermaid content because they are cool. They're very cool, especially if they're creepy.
this involves video games, but especially tabletop games
Yes, I want to be a mermaid and murder people for food or for sport, for fun.
for
I,
fun.
I have
I
not
mean,
decided yet.
I have some water creature um, characters, but I might tell about them a little bit later um, when we talk about water spirits instead, as they're
Yes.
not mermaids per se. But anyway, I think we're done here for now.
Hmm.
Thank you everyone for listening to our mess of a podcast. It's we're really thankful if you are have gotten this far. We are literally just two nerds doing this, so thank you a lot.
Thank you.
Um, I don't know. Have fun, enjoy your life. Uh, don't get eaten or drowned.
And don't get drowned. Yeah.
Yeah, and we thank you for listening. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.